Hello everyone, this is Plankera, and welcome to my universe. Today, I'm going to continue rigging Shalom from Path to Nowhere. So yesterday, I basically finished the upper right turn. It is basically done. I just have some things that I kind of want to touch up, as is normal for me. Part of it, I know what I want to fix, and part of it I don't. I just keep looking at this spot in the back here. And, I don't know, it just doesn't look quite right. And then this part right here also does not look quite right. Especially when I compare it to like what I was able to do up here, where it does feel like everything is largely moving correctly. And up here, I don't know, it's not working for me. So, I'm gonna try some things and see what happens. Fortunately, that was the only area that I saw problems with. So hopefully, I can just touch that up real quick and then get back to the lower left head turn. Yesterday I was able to make some decent progress on that. Fixed a lot of the head shrinking problems, although right now it's going to look really funny because I have the line turned on right now. Whereas, you know, when I was working on it yesterday, I did not have the line turned on. So I had not yet copied the deformation of the head onto the line layer. Figured that I should actually finish all the changes that I want on the head shape before I copied the line over. But for now, gonna touch up the upper right and get that completely done. I feel like I actually finished the upper right turn fairly quickly for me, so that makes me happy. I'm hoping that the lower left will go swimmingly as well. If it'll go smoothly, then it's like maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to finish all of the head turns fairly soon. And then I can do some physics, and I can do some testing, and all of the things that I've been excited for so long. Just been having to patiently wait for me to actually finish it all, and try to avoid just getting too exciting and bouncing in my chair too hard. Honestly, it's hard not to get excited. There are just so many cool things you can do with this stuff. Just watch the picture just come to life. It's beautiful. It's a good time. And it all just makes me very happy. Alright, doing a little bit better up there. It's just hard because this area is like just a few different layers that kind of all overlap at each other in weird places. I didn't cut it very well. I wasn't quite sure how to cut her hair when I did this the first time. Or, you know, when I was cutting it. And now that I'm rigging it, I think I have a better understanding of what I should be doing for future models, but unfortunately, I have to live with my lack of knowledge for the rest of this one. But it's okay, because the good news is that hair physics will probably not require me to move stuff up here very much. And once I finish the head turns, hair physics is the last thing that I really need to be worried about in terms of moving hair. Oh man, that's weird to think about. It's like I might actually be done with hair soon. Like, not soon, but relative to how long I've been working on it, Man, it's gotta feel weird not to have to move hair around anymore. Well, I suppose I will look forward to that day. It's gonna feel so weird. So I played through more of the Path to Nowhere event yesterday, and I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised on where they seem to be going theme-wise. Because it's like, when I think of characters that are kind of naive and stupid, Hella is not the first one that comes up. I mean, I'm never gonna complain about having a Hella event, but, and I wouldn't say she's necessarily been out of character or anything, but, I don't know. It seems like kind of a weird choice. She never really struck me as the type of person that was just willingly believe people very easily and just easily trusts people. Like, that actually seems to run somewhat contrary to her interrogation, in fact. Where it's, she kind of wanted to believe in Chief, but the circumstances made it awkward. So, I don't know, man. I'm not sure if Hella was the right character for it. The writing itself overall has been okay, though. I don't have any strong complaints other than just weird character choice. And maybe I feel a little bit bad for Corin, since Hella's kind of stealing the show here. Hella is the main character. Overall, I guess the use of the aesthetic is fine enough. Tuco is a nice little town. I very much approve. And some of the swindling side stories have been fairly amusing. I just finished the one in Hella's diary with the how do you say it? The merchant with the antique pot. That one was pretty funny. That does not seem like a place that you should wander into unaware. Seems very dangerous for your wallet. I've also been enjoying the accents on the NPCs. I wish they went a little bit harder on the accents for the actual sinners. But, Maggie and Wright were very fun to watch. And the people that voiced them did a great job. The energy in Maggie in particular is just, very fun to watch. I like her a lot. She's a very, very fun character. Hello there, Johnny. How are you doing today? Right now, I'm just touching up a bit of hair. I think it mostly looks good. There were just a couple of spots that I was not entirely happy with. It's just vaguely musing about the current event. I still find myself very surprised that they used, Hella for this one. She was not my first thought of somebody who's, naive and a little bit stupid. Maybe a little bit stupid, but, she never struck me as the type of person that trusts people easily. So it left me a little bit surprised that they were going for this kind of theme with her character. Fair enough. I didn't mind the dark web arc so much, personally. I thought everything that they did with it worked pretty well. So let's see, kind of the stuff that I'm looking at right now here is, like, there was this little lighter pink area, like right on the edge right here. And right now I'm considering how much of it I want to show. It's like with her head tilting back, I feel like less of it should be showing. But I might have hit it a little bit too much. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. And now I think I just wanted to move out just a little bit more right through here. All fairly minor changes here, but it was all bothering me. There was just something about the way things were moving up there that wasn't quite working. I'm still not quite sure it's working, if I'm being honest, but... It's like when I do it from the top and the right, it all looks okay. But for whatever reason, when I go from the center out, there's... I don't know. The movement's a little bit weird. I'm trying to figure out why I think it's a little bit weird. Not always super easy to figure out. Well, let's see. I think I have a couple of ideas now. Might just need to stare at things for a little while until it finally comes to me, but I have some things I can try at least. Because if I'm being honest, I just want to get back to the lower left. I'm ready to start the next head turn. I am so ready, man. It's like I've been buried in just rigging hair for so long that it's nice to do something else for a little while. I don't really want to move on to body turns until I have all the head turns done, so... I'm just like, okay, we'll do hair all day, every day. It should be fine. It's okay. It's kind of like this when I draw stuff too. Admittedly, drawing hair always takes way longer than drawing like everything else. Anime hair is just very, very fluffy. Very, very poofy. There's a lot of it. So I feel like just working on it for a long time just kind of comes with the territory. Now, fortunately, not each individual hair. I am still working in clumps. Fortunately for me. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's better. Probably let my future self take another look at it, but I think that's pretty okay. Alright. Time to go back to being bald. With no ears. And no head shadows. Okay. So, yesterday, I was trying to figure out what the heck to do with her chin. Okay, it doesn't look quite as bad as I remembered it being. Just gotta get some of these things into the right place here. Because, man, I remember at the end of yesterday, my brain was getting a bit tired. That tends to happen when I have to do a bunch of complicated stuff. Gotta make sure that all these spots line up. There we go, that should be fine. I don't need to get the brow area perfect, because it's all just gonna be covered with hair. It's fine. Not much point in worrying about it too much. Let me see, what does her chin look like again? Okay. Just reminding myself of what her chin and jawline all looked like, so this way I can kind of have the same kind of shape here. Fortunately, it looks like it's all pretty much there. I had most of it done yesterday. I just thought I didn't for some reason. It's okay. Brain was probably just a little bit tired. And I don't want her cheeks to be too puffy. Like, Shalom is not a cute type character. It's like, no, she's more on the mature end, so you don't want to give her super cute cheeks. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. The rest I might have to kind of clean up on her own, and we're not going to acknowledge her nose right now. Nose will come later. Actually, nose might have to come soon, because I should probably actually worry about where her nose is before I get too deep into cleaning up the edge of her head there. So let's see here. What exactly do I want to do with it? If I remember correctly yesterday, I was thinking that I might have to rotate it a little bit, but doing so would be mildly inconvenient, so I was kind of hoping I wouldn't have to. I do not actually think I have to. I think instead, I can just do it like this. Whoop. Much more straightforward. And I'm not quite sure what's going on with her nostrils. Okay. Yes, that is a great way to deal with problems like that. Just make them disappear entirely. I'm pretty sure I can get away with that for this one. Some of this will look better once I turn the head shadows back on, but I figure I should get the basic shape of her nose figured out before I start relying on all of that. But yeah, I think I have her nose roughly in the right place. I can worry about cleaning it up after I finish the jawline and all of that. I just like to do that first. Personal preference, I don't think there's any real reason to do that first over any other part. But I can, so I will. Okay, that should be enough to get it to not bother me while I finish out the rest. And make it clear that the rest of her facial features are kind of in a good spot for this. Yeah, I think so. I think that's working. You know, giant forehead aside. It's gonna be covered with hair, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, and I can fix all the details in the eyelid and stuff later. We'll just let her nod for a second while I look at where I want all of this to be going. Alright, I think I'm gonna move her eye down just a little bit there. Just because the angle of her head did change a little bit since I'm having her chin kind of tucked down there. So I think her eyes need to move a little bit too. I'm trying to kind of keep them focused on basically looking at the viewer. Pretty sure that doesn't need to be moving here. Interpolation just trying to help me out, but I don't need its help, so... It's just doing things that I don't want it to be doing. Okay. Yeah, so far so good. Okay, I think I am satisfied with facial feature placement. So I'll go ahead and actually start cleaning up the edge of her head. Mostly around the cheeks is where I didn't quite like the curves. Which is unfortunately the area with the most vertices. Probably why the brush didn't do such a great job getting everything nice and smooth. But I think this is roughly the right shape that I want for everything, and I should be able to get all of her face layers back on soon. I'm glad that I actually was able to get more done yesterday than I thought I was. I thought I'd be spending more time today just figuring out the shape of her jaw and how that relates to the left view here. The good news is once I do it right once, I just mirror it to the other side and all is well. Only have to do this once. Mirrors are so nice. It is very jaw-shaped. That's the idea. Okay, I'm pretty sure the rest of this is going to be covered with hair, so that's as far as I will be concerned with it. Let's go copy this to the headline. And there we go. Now let's copy it to this side. There we go. I mean, everything else on that side is going to look weird because I haven't moved, like, the mouth and the nose and stuff over yet. But at the very least, it no longer looks like her head is being, like, super compressed. Alright. Do I turn hair on yet? Nah, I think I want to fix the issues around her nose and eyes first. So while I was looking at all that, I was looking at how her eyelid moves, and especially when I go from down to down left, this one just kinda, I don't know, looks more like an eyebrow wiggle than a proper eyelid. Let's go put that back. Find a better spot for it there. Might take me a couple of tries to get that right because, man, now her eyes don't look lined up. Although it looks better than it did, so maybe I just do not actually need to raise this by one. Huh, I actually hadn't. Okay. Could have sworn that I did. I must have put it back. Okie dokie. I guess that's fine then. There were some things that I thought I did that I apparently did not. So, I guess I don't have to undo anything. As Past Me thought better of that. Okay. Good job, Past Me. You were correct. Let's see, I think I'm gonna have to adjust the eyelashes here. Everything looks fine over here, but when we come over here, kind of feels like the eyelashes over here are just, moving to the left a bit. Looks a bit strange. So I'll push them a little bit back over to the right to make up for that. There we go, that's a bit better. Okay, and now it's looking kind of like this eyelash here is falling off her face, so I'm gonna go ahead and move it on over. Let's not have it fall off her face. That seems like a good idea. And then I just have to tell the computer not to do the things that I don't want it to do. just trying to help me out again, but it's doing things that I don't want it to do, so I need to tell it not to do that. Computers aren't very smart. They try to do exactly what you tell them to do, and if you're not thinking carefully about your word choice, they're gonna do some silly things. In this case, it's just a side effect of how Inochi2D is programmed. It's one of those things that I do wonder if it'll get fixed a little bit in the future. Because right now I think it tries a little bit too hard and just ends up putting a bunch of random numbers places, and that sometimes I get stuff moving weirdly and I wonder why that happened, and it can take a little bit to hunt down the problem. So I just try to be very aware of it while I'm working. Oh, it definitely tripped me up a few times when I was still just learning the program. Or stuff would just randomly break and I didn't quite understand why. This side is going to be mostly covered in this view, but I still want to make sure it looks good. The hair physics will show it a little bit more than I think the hair currently lets on. Just because it's going to be swaying everywhere, and it'll be nice. Alright, I think I've fixed pretty much everything that I've wanted to, just around the eyes here. Which means it's time for some head shadows. Don't quite have to go back to hair yet. Although I guess before I do head shadows, I should probably do the nose. So yes, let's do the nose. Make it so it's not quite so flat. Okay. Let me remind ourselves what her nose looks like. So I think for this, I want the nostril to kind of come out a little bit further. And yeah, I guess I just had everything fairly flat on the bottom side there. See what I can do to make her nose look a little bit cuter. It's like even if she's not exactly a cute type, having a cute nose is never a bad thing. After all, Path to Nowhere is one of the few games like this that I've seen where they actually draw the characters' noses. A lot of the time that's just, you know, a dot, a line. That kind of thing. But here they actually kind of draw them, so I like to take a little bit of time to make them look, I don't know, nose-like. Try to match up the style of nose that the original artist gave them. Okay, yeah, I think that's pretty good. Let me just do a slight adjustment right over here. Angle this little tiny shadow upward a little bit. Yeah, kind of give the implication of where her nostrils are. Her nostrils are covered up at this angle. We're seeing the top of her nose. I guess I pull her nostril out a little bit too far. Or the side of her nose. It's too bad. It looked good from the bottom to the left, but not so much from the left to the bottom. And I do need to get them to both line up well, so change the outer shape of her nose there a little bit until it kinda... yeah, that's better. Until it lines up like that. So I was noticing that this tiny little shadow here, the one on the light side of her nose, needed to be a little bit wider in order to match up with how I did it on the left head turn. Yeah, there we go. Now it doesn't look like it's shrinking. Just looks like a turn. Wasn't quite sure how to handle the nostrils themselves, but this isn't the worst, I suppose. Okay. So now there's a nose. So now there can be head shadows. Alright, first things first. There's a... okay. Gotta untangle some of these. I don't want them to be overlapping. But yes, there's a little area right over here that's supposed to go under her nose and into the top of her lip. And that's always the spot that I like to do first after untangling all these vertices. Just because I do think it gives a good idea of where the rest of the shadow should be going. So this is going to be something like that. And then I know that this line goes onto her nose. And that this area is just supposed to be soft and kind of separated to make that nice gradient that goes onto her cheek. Really, the skin shading in this, the style of art that they use in this game is very, very soft. I like it. I think it's pretty. And just so soft, so light. Almost just a complete gradient. Looks like this side is mostly all fine. I just wanted to refine where the edge of her jaw is here. But otherwise, I think the interpolation did a pretty good job figuring out what I wanted here. And we're not going to worry about up there. Oh, that's going to be covered with hair. It's fine. Okay, so there's this little shadow on this layer that goes on the nose. So I'm trying to line that up with where I actually put her nose. Gotta have them in roughly the same area. There we go. Should be all nice and smooth now. Alright. Now we just gotta make the gradient on her cheek look really, really nice. I mean, it's like, look how smooth it is on the original here. It just... very, very light, very subtle. I think I really like it. So now I just gotta do the same thing here. It's not that hard. I just have to... the vertices all separated. They all need personal space here. Try to get them kind of evenly spaced. And then I also want to make sure that I have the shadows of the cheek in like the right place. But it looks like I do. Yes. I think I do. Okay. So I'm just going to focus on kind of getting that nice soft gradient here. Things are a little bit more compressed at this angle, so the vertices will never have quite as much space as they do on other ones, but I'm trying to separate them as much as I can. So that this way it spreads out the texture correctly and gives that nice, soft transition. Just as much as I can. Still not quite as soft as I want it to be. Let's see, what can I do to make that a little bit better? Most of the area I don't like is right down here, so if I separate things down here a little bit more, maybe that'll help. When it comes down to it, there just is less cheek here than there is, like, here. You can see the circle I draw is much larger up here than it is down here. We got a little tiny circle here. So I just gotta figure out a good way to get a similar effect in less space. Easier said than done. Because it does mean that the vertices will be closer together, which means that the various parts of the texture will be a little bit more compressed. And that's just kind of how it has to be. That is just the nature of trying to do this with less space than I have in the original. There we go. I think that's looking better. I think that's probably fine. Okay, and even with that, I think I actually want the shadow area to be a little bit higher up. So I'm gonna get a big brush here. I think I probably want this mode. And I'm just gonna drag this upward a little bit. Hold on, cough. Yeah. And a little tickle in my throat there. Okay. Let's just try to get this into a good spot. I think I brought it up just a touch too high. And besides that, there's like a little piece right here that I want to curve slightly differently. It's like all of this is really, really subtle just because the transition between the light and dark on her cheek hair is very soft. But I want to make sure that transition happens in the right place, even if it's really subtle. Yeah, it'll just make the turn look a little bit better. Okay, and it looks like I shoved some off the side there. Well, I was trying to space them all. Got a little bit off the side of her face. Needs to be on the side of her face there. Don't want there to suddenly be a light spot there. That wouldn't make sense. It would make the turn a little bit less convincing because of that. Okay, I'm not entirely happy with the shape of her nose yet. Okay, and I have a little bit to adjust on the bottom of her chin, too. But her cheek, I think, is looking okay. The cheek, I think I got. Let's fix the bottom of her chin first, because that'll be a little bit easier to do than her nose. Her nose is probably going to be a bit of trial and error, moving around 2 layers and hoping for the best. Chin, at least, is only 1 layer, so that automatically makes it a little bit easier. Okay. Now to fix the spot that I apparently messed up by using the brush tool in a bad way. Okay. I can fix it. Okay, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. All nice and smooth. Let's see, do I like... right here. There's a couple of spots in that area that don't look quite as good as I think they could. So let's take a little bit of time to take a look at them. But honestly, I think for the most part it's all fine. As usual, it's just me being a bit of a perfectionist on areas around the face. The face is the most important part, so I always like to take a little bit of extra time to get it just right. And there were a couple of areas that looked a little bit streaky. But I think I got them. Let's zoom out and check. Maybe I didn't get them. Because it's like I'm looking just right around here. It's a little bit uneven. Okay, let's try that again. Everything just looks just a little bit uneven here, so gonna try to keep those triangles a little bit smoother here. Roughly the same distance from the previous one, you can see that these are really, really nice shaped here. So I'm going to try to do that with all of them. Get a nice line of, like, perfect triangles. Really pay attention to their shape and how they all kind of flow together. think that's how I will get rid of any unevenness that I see. Not the headline. I'm gonna do that for this row of vertices too. Make the triangles this way look good too. There we go. All of these are looking pretty neat. And the way that this entire line is curving is kind of following the shape of the jaw. Okay, there we go. I think I got it. I think it's looking a bit better. As always, we're not concerned with the shape of her skull here. The shape of the skull is merely a suggestion for the hair to follow. Okay, let's fix the shape of her nose. I think that's going to be the first step. Let's see, do I like shape of her nose here? Yeah, it is head shadows that I need to fix. Like I said, her nose is kind of on 2 layers here. And I gotta get them both right. And if they're not both right, then it's gonna look weird. If only one of them's right, it's still gonna look weird. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit more nose-shaped, I suppose. Let's see if the diagonal agrees. Is this more nose-shaped? I think I might have made her nose look a little bit too round still. She kind of has a, I don't know, it's a little bit more triangular, whereas mine was a little bit more round, a little bit more circular. So let's try to make it a little pointier here. Like a little bit more like a triangle rather than a circle. Yeah, that actually helped a lot. Just already, I can tell that made a big difference. Okay, I kind of want to do the same treatment all the way up here. Let's make this a little bit more triangular looking. Yeah, like that. See, a little bit of a hard point right here. And I think that should be okay. I think I need to adjust head shadows a little bit more. Just because there are some bits of shading around the nose on the head shadows over here. Still looks a bit messy. Is that because of the head shadows? Yes. Yes, it is. Just had to double check whether or not it was something on the head shadows or something on the nose itself. In this case, it was indeed something on the head shadows. Okay, well this is quite the conundrum. Let's see here. I'm not quite sure what controls some of these shadows here, but okay, looks like I made it work out. Yeah, I think that probably looks okay. Let's take a look. I really don't like how straight that is. Yeah, right now this line on her lip here in the bottom part of her nose is just like super straight and I don't like it. Not one bit. So we're gonna move it over here. I think it's probably fine. I think that's how I did the left head turn. It is how I did the left head turn. Perfect. Okay, now the only thing that I'm worried about is I think that the vertices are too close together, and it's making the transition between those 2 points just super, super hard. So I'm gonna pull all of this up just apart. Make them as far apart as I can get away with. Yeah, there we go. That looks a little bit smoother. Not quite lining up under the nose, though, so let's bring that back over to the right just a little bit more. And I think once I get all these head shadows into place, it's time to mirror it all onto the lower right turn. I think I'm going to do that just now while it's all fresh in my head. And just the things that I changed today. Okay, let's see, I also have a mouth mesh group that I can make better use of if I am so inclined. Maybe. Let's see if I can get away with just moving this little corner that way just a little bit. Yeah, I think that helped a bit. Why does her mouth look off-center here? Probably because it is. There we go. Yep, that happens sometimes. Alright, I think I'm going to start mirroring everything over here. So let's see. Nose. Probably not much point in doing it there, but the nose node, I definitely want to do that. Nostrils, yes. And I'm just doing it individually rather than doing the entire side here because that'll like move the hair and stuff over too, and I don't really want to deal with that. So this is easier for now. Okay, I'll believe, I suppose. Looks a bit weird, but hopefully it's fine. I didn't mess with the pupils. Did mess with the mouth. And the mesh group. Didn't really change that. Did change this, I think. Did I do something here? Yeah, that all looks right. I don't know, suddenly I was looking at it and it looked really large here for some reason. But I think it's fine. I'll check it in a little bit. And then I messed with some stuff around the eyes. Mostly on the eyelids. Yeah, I did do some stuff with the eyelashes. So let's just copy this all over. And then I'll probably have to mess with some stuff up here because I think it's going to try to help me. Even though I don't want it to help me. Eyebrows I didn't touch. Eye sockets I didn't touch. Eye makeup I did touch. Ears I didn't mess with. Okay. Time to fix some of these things that I didn't actually mess with, but the interpolation's gonna think I did. Oh my. Yep. That's what I mean. It all looks very silly. Okay. That should fix that in theory. Let me make sure everything's looking okay. Yeah, something definitely happened here. Maybe I should just do it like this. No, I don't think that really helped. Because I do feel like there's something up with the eyes here. Yeah, they did not copy correctly. Okay, we will just unset everything here. The head worked, but the eyes were not working very well. So I might just do them manually tomorrow. I thought that was fine. And the mouth was okay too, so I will move the mouth over as well. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to figure out the rest later, and if I'm going to do that, I might as well just finish this turn first and then go back and fix up this one. Not quite sure why the eyes freaked out, though. Can I really just not set this from the mirror? Let me see, where is... The one that I changed was right. So this one will be left. This will be eye... What's it called? Eyelid. L-I... Here we are. Left. Okay, no, that seems okay. then I'm pretty sure I messed with this one as well. So we'll do that. And then I did mess with the composites. Because the eyeballs are like in a... are all in composites. They're special layers. So let me try to find them. And I'll just do it one at a time and try to find where it's freaking out. Okay, I called them left and right. Okay, no, that seems fine. It's now left. It'll be under L. Left eye composite. Okay, and then I did some stuff with the eyelashes, but I think I only did it on the right side, so that means I want to find left here. So this will be eyelash. I don't think I did anything with the bottom one. The middle I definitely did. The spikes I did. The top I did. Nope. Nope, nope. Not you. I did not mess with you. Top right. Okay, but I do not have it on the top left, it looks like, so I will have to add that. Okay, that might have been why the eyes freaked out. So what did I do over here with the top? Other eye. Just moved it over too. Okay. Okay, so that should do it. I don't think I messed with anything else over here. I did mess with the eye makeup. So that'll be eye makeup left. Where is it? These are all eye makeup left. Here we are. And I don't think I messed with the one on that eye. Okay. And indeed, things are looking a little bit better now. Okay. Although... Oh. Okay. Once again, the interpolation is trying to help me out when I don't need it. So that will be left. Let me actually check the right as well. Okay, right is fine. Okay, yeah, that's doing much better. Well, I'm not sure what's going on with the eyebrow there, but it's probably something related to something I did over here. I do not feel like the eyebrow should be moving it down here, so let's tell it to not do that. Okay, it's the eyeball moving down here when it shouldn't be. 29, 29. That is correct. Okay. Let me check my rotations. Okay, so I'm not sure why there's a random rotation over here. This should not be. This should also not be. Okay, so I'm not sure how that happened, but it sure happened. Okay, there we go. I think I fixed some of the issues. Now it's like, do I feel like putting together the nose and the head shadows today on this side? It would be kind of nice to just finish it all. So you know what? Let's do it. Let's go do the nose. I don't think it'll be too bad, so let's just do it. I've got a little bit more left in me today. I didn't do hair today, so today is a good day. It's nice to have a break from hair. So I want to untangle all the vertices and stuff again, and just try to get the same general shape that I did up here. Easier said than done, I suppose. Just get this nostril shaped nicely. I'll worry about the side a little bit later. I just want to untangle those vertices. I don't like it when they're all tangled up like that. It makes me anxious. Okay, I know this is wrong, but I want to see why it's wrong. Okay, it's not quite as wrong as I thought it was, but now I have an idea of why it is wrong. I think I made this part a little too triangular. I definitely understand why I wanted it to be that way, since when I was working on the left side, that was not making it triangular enough was one of my problems. So here, I just overdid it a little. It's okay. I can fix it. I can always fix it. That is part of the power of being the artist. Fixing it is within your abilities. Okay, I actually don't like this spot right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix that over here too. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Surprised I never noticed that before. Sometimes little things like that just slip past me. But otherwise, I think we got ourselves a nose. Okay, now I just kind of want to smooth things out a little bit. I still feel like this transition here is a little bit choppy, so I'm going to try to get the vertices a little bit more, the distance between them a little bit more consistent. And get the kind of shape that I want there. Okay, I think that looks a bit better. Let's see how it looks when I go from here to here. Her nose looks a little bit crooked when I look at it like that. So I'll bring it on in. Fortunately, of the two things that I want to do here before I decide to stop for today, the nose is the harder one. The other one is just head shadows, which is mostly just making sure that the gradient around her cheek looks nice. That's going to be easier this time because the dark area is in the big area as opposed to the small area. Okay, yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. It just needs a little bit more smoothing. But in terms of shape, I think it's perfect. Just gotta make it look nice now. So let's take a look here. Is it smooth now? No, there's still a little bit of crookedness in, like, the top bit here. Okay. Straighten out the top bit. That's something I can do. And a little bit in the corner. See if I can get the corner looking just a little bit nicer too. Yeah, I think that helped a little bit. And then there's something going on at the tip of her nose there. Try to get that looking just a little bit nicer too. I remember having a bit of trouble making the nose look triangular on the right turn too. But I think this all looks okay. Yeah. Let's go ahead and add the head shadows. We'll see if the me of tomorrow still likes this, but for now, I think it's fine. Okay, head shadows. Time to make all those look nice. Fortunately, I always find these pretty easy to work with. Just gotta make everything nice and smooth, and you're good to go. That's basically it. Okay, that was way too much. Let's try that again. I just kinda want them barely showing up on this side of her cheek. Probably a little bit more than that. Especially on the bottom. But this time I want to be a little bit more careful of where they start, because it's obvious that they start before that highly dense area right on the edge there. Okay, yeah, there we go. Now we got something going. Alright, let's fix up the nose area. Always like to do a bit of basic stuff on the nose, just to get the worst of the areas up and to get the area on her upper lip looking good. But mostly I'm concerned with her cheek here. I think the cheek is the most important part of the head shadows here. So I definitely want to get that cheek looking good. And like I said, I have a lot more space this time, because now it's the big side of her cheek, the big side of her head, that I'm adjusting shadows for, as opposed to the side that's just fading into the background. Overall, I think they were good spots. I just need to spread out the vertices a little bit, and everything should work itself out. Alright, so far so good. Still got some things that need to be cleaned up here. I think I want the area by her nose to be a little bit higher up here. And I'll separate all these vertices a little bit. Try to make that transition look a little bit softer. And again, I kind of wanted to separate those out a little bit. Okay. Looking alright. Definitely got to fix up the nose, but that's to be expected. Let us fix up the chin now. Okay. There we go. Now I think it's just time to fix up the nose and I'll call it good for today. I'm sure the me of tomorrow will find some more things to fix, but that's okay. I also just realized that I don't think I ever did the hair shadows for the upper right turn, so I'll have to do those tomorrow too. Because I just noticed that the layers were off still. And if I had done them, they should not be. So, oops. It's okay, I can do it tomorrow. Alright. I think that is good for today. So, I got most of the facial features done, so now in bald mode I can go and do this, and I think it all looks good. It's nice just being able to let her head flail. That's where I think I will end things for today. So thank you all for coming. If you'd like me to take a look at your own creative projects, whether that be art, writing, coding, game design, or any creative pursuit you can think of, feel free to message or at me on the social media platform of your choice, and I'll take a look, maybe leave some comments. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.